Selamat datang kembali di ruang podcast USM yang akan membahas berbagai pencapaian, inovasi dan inspirasi dari Universitas Semarang. Tentunya bersama saya Yesa Tampu Bolon yang akan menemani Sobat USM dalam episode spesial kali ini. Hari ini kita akan membahas sebuah momen istimewa yang baru saja terjadi di Universitas Semarang, yaitu kedatangan mahasiswa dari Filipina. Dan ini bukan hanya sekedar kunjungan ya, tetapi merupakan bagian dari program pertukaran budaya dan pendidikan internasional yang pastinya memperkaya pengalaman belajar di USM. Dan program ini tentunya memerlukan persiapan dan kerjasama antar universitas, mulai dari penyesuaian kurikulum, aktivitas budaya, sampai dengan pembinaan hubungan antar mahasiswa. Namun yang tak kalah penting untuk dibahas adalah pengalaman langsung dari mahasiswa Filipina selama berada di Universitas Semarang. Untuk itu, hari ini kita kedatangan seseorang narasumber yang sangat spesial, mahasiswa dari Filipina yang saat ini sedang menjalani program di Universitas Semarang. Tentunya beliau akan berbagi cerita mengenai pengalaman belajar di USM, kesan terhadap budaya Indonesia, dan harapan terhadap program ini ke depannya. Jadi, langsung aja kita mulai perbincangan hari ini di Ruang Podcast. It's so great to have you here with us today.
Hi. Yeah, it's been so great as well for me.
How are you, girl?
I am doing good. Yeah.
And thank you so much for coming here, by the way.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
And I just want to say that we are really excited to hear from your perspective.
Yeah.
So we love learning from our international students.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe before we dive into the main questions, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Oh, sure, of course. Hello, everyone. I'm Fredine Julia Kushaw. You can call me Julia. I am from the Philippines.
From the Philippines.
Yes.
Okay. So what are you currently studying?
So I'm studying Bachelor of Arts in Literature. We major in Literary and Cultural Studies.
Okay,
Yes.
literary and cultural studies.
Yeah.
So, Julia, I want to ask you about what was your first impression when you arrived in Semarang?
Oh, actually, my first impression is that I thought I would have to adjust so much because, of course, it's a different country. There are a lot of cultural traditions that I'm not familiar with. But coming here, it feels as if it's not that different from home. Yeah, and so I don't have to adjust as much.
So it's not that different from your
Yeah.
from what you expected.
Yes.
And what caught your attention first?
I think it would have to be that the weather is very similar from home. So I think whenever they ask us, "Oh, is it hot in here in Semarang?" We'd have to say that, "Oh, it's not that hot actually.
It's not that
It's
hot?
much hotter in the
Oh.
Philippines."
Oh
Yes.
my God.
But aside from that, is that there are a lot of motorcycles here, and I believe there's like a culture of, the prominence of motorcycles here in Semarang.
Okay. So, what do you think when you first arrived at Semarang University?
First, I thought, it won't be like very tiring to walk around the campus because, it's not like as huge as the planes back at home. Like in Central Luzon State University, it's such a huge university and we'd have to walk. But there are a lot of facilities that are very helpful to the students here. So it's really pretty.
So besides the size of the campus that you mentioned before, how does this campus environment feel to you?
Actually, it's very warm.
Warm?
For me, yeah, it feels very warm because the people here are very friendly and so accommodating. even the sellers at the canteen, they would try very hard to accommodate us.
Yeah.
Like for example, when we were trying to buy and we haven't learned that much in BIPA yet, so we're not able to buy in through Bahasa Indonesia, and they would ask someone else to translate for them.
So you mentioned before that even though that most of the people in our university don't speak English, but
Yeah.
they try to
Yeah,
provide you like the best that
yeah.
we can.
Yes, they're very much welcoming and accommodating to us.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you find the people here, like overall?
Yeah,
Besides friendly
yeah.
and hospitality, that so strong, yeah.
Yeah, they have very strong
Mm-hmm.
hospitality. I believe actually that's the only thing that resonates to me the most. It's that the people here are very welcoming and they're so nice and they would try everything they can just to help you. And so, we've said, the adjustment period is not that long at all because it's kind of the same as the people there in the Philippines. They're also very friendly and welcoming, and they would also try to do everything in their power to
Yeah.
help you.
So how long have you been in Indonesia?
Actually, our program only lasts for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And unfortunately, we'd have to go back on Monday, and so we only have 3 days left.
Okay, 3
We've
days
been here for 18
18 days.
days
Okay,
already.
so we will talk about the program later.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
but for 18 days,
Yes.
yeah, you've been here. So actually, what is the purpose that you visit Semarang?
Oh, so we're here in USM for as part of the international mobilization of our university, Central Luzon State University. So we're here to try to immerse in the cultural traditions of Semarang and Indonesia in general. So for the past weeks, we have been engaged in, the social lives of people from different areas of Semarang.
You mentioned before immerse in the culture of Semarang.
Yes.
So for 18 days that you've been here, is there any cultural tradition that reminds you back home?
Yeah, perhaps the mano.
Mano,
Yeah,
what is that?
yeah.
What is that?
We do it with Miss Nanda. Whenever we see her, we do it like this.
Oh, in
yeah, we take
Indonesia,
her
we
hand.
said it salim.
Salim,
Salim,
yeah.
yes.
And also when we experience it firsthand because I believe that was yesterday when we went to the Bay Area to teach the young kids,
young kids.
from the daycare. They did
Oh,
salim
yeah.
on us, and that was very very
Yeah.
heartwarming. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's actually like how can I say that? It's
Pay
actually
respect, I
like
believe.
tradition for us,
Yeah.
especially from younger generation to older
Yes.
generation.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
We do mano to pay respect.
Is there any cultural traditions that reminds you to the Philippines?
What is
I mean, like,
like-
you said that we have some like a traditional cultures that reminds you
Yeah,
from the
perhaps
Philippines. Is
in
there anything
in the traditional food
in the
here?
traditional food?
Yeah, we have wajik.
Wajik.
Wajik is similar to biko in the Philippines.
Oh, like the texture and the
Yeah,
taste is
yeah,
the
actually,
same?
yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I
And what
love it
else?
so much. There's also the lumpia.
Lumpia.
Yeah, lumpia. If it's steamed, it kind of is similar to lumpiang gulay in the Philippines. Yes. And it's so nice. But of course, you use how do I say this? In the Philippines, it's called labong.
Labong.
It's young bamboo shoot.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah,
god, we do
yeah,
have that
yeah. Oh,
here.
yeah.
Like it's like a local food from
Yeah,
Semarang
and
actually.
it's so good.
It is so good.
It
But
is
have
so
you tried
good.
lumpia before?
Yes, we have. When we went to Club Merby, we tried the lumpia there, steamed and fried, and I love the fried one. Yeah.
So it reminds you to home.
Yes, it does remind me so much of home.
Okay.
I miss the food, but of course, I'm not missing much because there's a lot of similarities here to
yeah. And we also have a lot of the same language. I mean, like the word.
Yes.
Like we have anak.
anak,
Yeah, it just
payung.
Payung. What else?
Yeah. We have ingat, although there are
Ingat.
different meanings.
Meaning,
Yes.
but the same word.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
What
same
else?
word.
Let's remember.
Empat.
Empat. It
Yeah,
means
lima.
four. Lima.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There are so many similarity between our
Yes.
languages. Yeah. Okay. So, is this your first time joining an exchange program
Yes,
to other country?
actually, yeah. This is my first time, and so I wasn't expecting much, but USM is giving me a lot to experience. Yes.
So, what kind of academic or cultural experiences that have you had here?
Actually, we've had a lot. We've tried batik making, and that was so fun as well. And we've tried tea making. We've also learned BIPA, of course. That's that's a very worthy experience. Also, we've tried the local food.
Local food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then?
and then
Okay, we will talk about the activities later on
Yes,
the next segment.
Okay.
So, overall, what do you think about Semarang City?
Semarang City is a very great place. It's so rooted on its cultural roots.
Yeah.
And so being here, it feels so nice as an art student because we study post-colonial studies, and seeing that Semarang is very rooted still on its Indonesian roots, it's so nice to see because in the Philippines, you can see a lot of like its colonial past with it.
Because you visited Kota Lama before.
Yeah, we visited Kota
And
Lama.
Lawang Sewu before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's great to see that there are a lot of historical buildings that are still standing here
Yeah.
that aren't affected by modernization that much. Yes.
That's why. So that two places become the icon of Semarang
Yes,
City.
yes.
And about the atmosphere, that if you compare the Semarang atmospheres to your town, how is it?
Actually, perhaps the vast difference between my town and Semarang is that there's we have a culture of like giving way in the road, and maybe it's difficult to cross the roads here in Semarang because I have to pray before I cross. Yeah.
Okay, what else?
But perhaps the similarities are there are a lot of vendors also, and yeah, that feels very familiar to us.
Very familiar
Yes.
to the Philippines. Okay. So how do you feel about your experience in Semarang?
Actually,
Overall.
it's so nice.
It's so
We've
nice.
seen a lot, and I believe there's also a lot more that we haven't seen yet. But there's so many things that it offers to visitors and its local, to its locals as well. So, it's great to visit Semarang.
So if you have any chance in the future to came back to Semarang, would you do that?
Yes, of course, yeah. I'd try the food again, the nasi goreng, the martabak.
Oh, yeah.
We've tried that yesterday night, and it was so good. I'd also go back to Kota Lama, to Lawang Sewu, and visit the other places that I haven't seen before.
And did you learn something new here?
Yes, of course. We've learned a lot, especially the language, of course, that we will be able to use back home. I've also learned, batik.
Batik, yeah?
Yeah, even though I'm not that artistic, and also the dance class. Yeah, maybe when they ask us what we learned from here, we can show them the dance moves that we've got.
Of course
Yeah.
you can. And we will talk about anything later,
Yes,
everything. So, oke Sobat USM, kita nanti masih akan ngobrol-ngobrol lagi dengan Julia, mahasiswa internasional dari Filipina. Jadi tetap di Ruang USM. Oke Sobat USM, masih kembali kembali lagi di ruang USM dan tentunya masih bersama narasumber cantik kita dari Filipina. Do you know what cantik means?
Yes.
It means
Yeah, pretty.
pretty,
Yeah.
beautiful. And how do you say that in Tagalog?
Ganda.
Genda, with
Yeah.
our beautiful Genda guest is Dari. Okay, so you already mentioned some of activities that you've been doing in Indonesia. Could you please specify what kind of activities that you've been involved in?
Actually, yeah, there are a lot of activities that we have gone through so far. There's like sit-in classes with the psychology, communication, and economics faculty, and there are like sports classes.
Classes?
We
What
were
kind of
taught.
sport, girl?
Yeah, we were taught archery.
Archery! Oh my god, yes, okay.
Which is like one of the best experience as a varsity athlete back at home because it's not my sport and you know it's so nice to try a new one.
Yeah, so it's like a new
Yeah,
experience.
it's a new experience.
Okay.
It's definitely a new
Okay.
experience.
What else?
And also we have karawitan.
Karawitan,
Yes,
yeah,
we
like a
have
traditional
karawitan.
music
Yeah.
from Semarang. Yeah.
Yes.
What else?
And we have also been doing social work.
Social work.
We've made like a brick made of sand and plastic in one of the villages here. We also taught the importance of English and the history of English from the Philippines to one of the high schools here in Semarang. And last I don't know, Saturday.
Yeah,
It was it a Saturday?
Yeah,
Not sure.
I think so, yeah.
We went to the Bay Area to teach the little kids. Yes.
Oh my god.
And also we went to Club Murby, yeah, for tea making, batik making.
Batik making.
And we've also learned like a few of the traditional games. Yes. So those were yeah. And also this is one of the very difficult classes we've been to, but they taught us gedong. I'm not sure. Semarangan?
Semarangan.
The Semarangan dance. Yes.
So, dance classes.
Yes.
Do you find it difficult?
Yes.
Why?
I do find it very difficult because I can't dance for the life of me. I cannot. So it's
But do you still
very
remember
difficult.
some of the movements?
Yeah, like this one, and then I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe you can practice it later. Okay. I heard that you guys also taking BIPA class.
Yes,
which,
yes, we
is
are.
you guys learn Indonesia, bahasa Indonesia. So, what do you think? Is it hard to learn bahasa Indonesia?
Actually, I found it relatively easy.
Relatively easy.
Yeah, especially because we have similar words in the
Yeah.
Philippines, so it's very easy to remember. But of course, there are some difficulties like remembering things.
Of
Yeah,
course.
but yeah, it's again relatively easy.
So, why do you think learning bahasa Indonesia is important for international student like you?
Yeah, for us, it is very important because, of course, while we do have student buddies, they aren't with us all of the time.
Yeah.
Especially when we already got back to our dorms. And so learning Bahasa Indonesia is imperative. It's important for us to be able to talk to the locals that aren't able to speak in Bahasa English. For example, of course, when we go out to buy food, in the restaurants or in the canteen, or when our laundry is gonna get picked up or dropped off. And there was one time when we went to Jogja without our student buddies, and we were conversing with the driver of our Gojek. Yeah,
Gojek,
and we only got to like understand a few words, but at least we got to, we were able to make it back home.
Yeah, so it's important to communicate with the local people here.
Of course.
Okay.
And perhaps it is also a way, a means to let them know that we really want to experience Semarang to its full extent, like with the language and all. Yes.
Okay, so from all of the activities that you mentioned before, which one is the most memorable for you?
Okay.
Tell me, girl. Tell me everything.
Yes. So actually, one of the best things, of course, as a university athlete was the archery class, because back at home it's kind of like an exclusive. It's not a club, but it has its exclusivity
Okay.
for like the athletes that are already that already play archery when they were in high school or elementary. Also, one of my favorite ever was when we went to the Bay Area to teach kids, because they were so they didn't feel an ounce of like we're strangers. There's a sense of familiarity with the kids, like they were so welcoming and they really treat you as like one of the locals. And there was one time there was their class already ended and they were gonna come home and they're getting their bags from like the cabinet in there. One of them took their bags and then approached me and said, "Kak." And then she said something in Bahasa Indonesia, but she was gesturing to me that I put her bag on her bag.
That's so sweet.
It was so nice. When we were on our way back home, it felt like I was going to cry because that interaction was just so genuine.
Yeah, genuine, right?
It was very, very heartwarming.
Yeah, and the way it comes from a kid.
Just shows how innocent these little kids are, because they trust you even if it's just the first time that they are meeting you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So archery club, and then the one that you mentioned before become the most memorable experience. So maybe you can say thank you to UKM Panahan.
Yeah.
Thank you, UKM Panahan.
Thank you, Panahan.
Okay, they will be so happy to hear this.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can take one Indonesian cultural element or food back home, what would it be?
Oh no,
I think that I already know the answer.
Is it martabak?
Martabak, isn't it?
Because it's martabak. Well, we do have pancakes like that back at home. They don't like fill it with margarine. Is it butter? They put margarine or butter?
Yeah, butter.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of chocolate. It's oozing with chocolate. It's so nice.
So you would take martabak with you back home?
Unfortunately, I will not be able to because I will be stopped at the customs.
Yeah.
But you know.
But how about the cultural element?
I
mean, like, would you bring batik with you back home?
Yes.
But have you already bought it?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. Actually, when we first got here, I established it to my friends that, we're going to buy batik.
Yeah.
And I'm not going home without batik.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mom loves batik. She gets her like clothes from other countries as well. Like if one of her friends is going to like Indonesia or Malaysia or other places as well, she wants like that, and so I bought one to bring it back home.
Yeah, of course. So it doesn't feel that you traveled Indonesia before you back with batik.
Yes,
exactly,
yes,
girl.
Like it establishes the fact that you've been to Indonesia.
You've been
you
to
have
Indonesia.
batik.
Yeah, it's the proof.
It's the proof.
Okay, so girl, we are currently open for a new student registration,
Yeah.
and we will be welcoming new students in August or September probably.
Yeah.
So after spending almost a month here, 18 days now, and experience Semarang University overall. And I have two questions for you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Wait, maybe I will ask you the first question first. Okay. As international student, for the record, we actually provide scholarship for international students here. So as international student, would you recommend your first your friends back home to
Uh-huh.
study at Semarang University?
Yeah, of course. I would recommend it. As I've said before, the people here are very accommodating and they're friendly, and they would like go to
Yeah.
all extents just to be able to help you. And that's why we didn't have that much of an adjustment period, because everyone was willing to help us with whatever we need. Um, and so, as an international student, it is very important to have that kind of environment where you have like a support system behind you.
Yeah.
So, and that is what Universitas Semarang was able to provide us strongly
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take a note, people, if you want to
Yeah.
have your scholarship, abroad, are you a student abroad, just came to Indonesia?
Yes.
We have a real testimony here.
Yeah,
And my
so
second
nice.
questions about it is that if you were Indonesian, after experience Semarang University, would you recommend maybe other Indonesian to study in Semarang University?
Yeah, actually, yes,
Yes.
that's my answer. And I would like to elaborate it with, when I first came here, I was surprised at the fact that there are club rooms for different clubs,
Yeah,
as we
yeah.
went to Epic,
Yeah,
right?
Epic,
Which
yes.
is so nice. The people up there are so nice as well. There are like club rooms for people, and they're, even if they're like athletes, I believe the
Yeah,
archery
athletes.
club also has a club room. And while they take most of their time outside playing, they still have that kind of
Yeah.
room to support them with, or hang around with, and that is so nice because it helps build relations.
Yes.
Not just with not just in the
Yeah.
gymnasium, but also as like the club itself. Like there's a separate room to separate as well their personality,
Yeah.
being the varsity or the club member, and being like just there,
Yeah.
like to make friends with other people
Yeah.
of the club as well. And also it is important, of course, to be able to communicate with things privately.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So all of the facilities that our
Yeah.
university provided, even though that you already here for only like 18 days,
Yes.
but you still feel that it's so worth it for a new student to study here.
Yeah. Also, I would like to add that they really do give the facilities.
The facilities.
Yes,
Take a note, people.
to their students.
Yes.
In our university, of course, archery. I want to emphasize the archery part because it really did surprise me as well that USM provides the bows,
Yeah,
the
the bows.
arrows for their students. While our university is a state university, it doesn't do that. Um, the archers in our university have their own bows and arrows before they even try out to be a varsity of our university. And so that is why the club here is thriving, because they do provide the facilities,
Yeah,
they do provide the equipment to help the students hone their
Yeah,
talents more. Also, when we had our Semarangan dance
Yes,
class,
uh-huh.
yeah, I'm sorry, I can't remember
Yeah.
what it is
Okay,
called.
okay, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Um, the professor or the instructor employed someone else because he was admittedly saying that it's not his best pursuit. The dance is not his best pursuit, and so he employed someone else to teach us. And that is also one of the things that I found
Yeah.
very shocking
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
because they aren't afraid to ask someone else to teach the students for the sake
Yeah.
of like being able to teach them. They want the students to learn well.
Yeah, learn well.
And very,
Exactly.
very well at
Exactly.
that. Yes.
Exactly. So that's some of the proof that our university really provide the
Yes,
students
it
itself.
does.
So maybe you can say let's join Semarang University, study in Semarang University.
Yeah, if you really want to study in USM.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, girly, for your
Yeah,
time. Oh my
thank you
God,
so much
thank you so much for
too.
sharing your story with us. And it's always
Yeah.
amazing, to hear international perspective for our
Yes,
international
yes.
students. And I hope that your experience can bring people and culture closer together. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
thank you so
girly.
much.
Dan itu dia obrolan seru kita pastinya bersama salah satu mahasiswa internasional dari Filipina, Julia. Dan nggak kerasa ya kita udah menemanin Sobat USM kurang lebih 40 menit. Jadi untuk itu sekian dulu episode kali ini. Kita akan ketemu di episode-episode seru lainnya. Bye-bye. Say bye to the camera.